We going, we going. We going, we going. Damn it. What are you wanted to watch? What are you wanted to watch? him.
Let's reboot him.
I forgot to do this. Oh, shoot. Actually, here, Calvin first. I don't remember what the name is. Ah! Longer than 7 others.
Longer than 7 others.
Off to one side of the desert trail, the skeleton is sitting in the shade of a rocky ridge. Looks like some poor traveler must have spent the heat. As you move closer to investigate, it appears that the skeleton is holding a book. And as you get close enough to see, it's a copy of the Longfellow translation of Dante's Divine Comedy. You notice that the skeleton is in fact reading it, turning the pages and making notes in the margin with a pencil. Excuse me, you're in my life. Ah, a talking skeleton. Sorry, took me by surprise.
Took me by surprise.
The Divine Comedy, that's about heaven and hell. Is it accurate? I'm making corrections. You know, most skeletons I meet just sort of hiss and attack me. You won't leave them alone while they're reading. I assume it more had to do with more because of them being rabid, mindless automatons. You might find out how rabid I can be if you don't stop bugging me. Aww. I want to trick her into giving me something. Screw it. We're gonna fight. We're just gonna go. Sorry. Ring of smart thinking. Not useful. Photograph the stairs in the girl. Photograph the back of the Mary starting Thanksgiving 1894. First in tears, but happy ones this time. Oh yes, of course, how could I forgot? Oh, sweet Marjorie, how I miss her. She trips over the tombstone and places a bouquet of blue space, both ready in the flower tray away the space, that is, except for a single flower. Goodbye, Granny. Yes. Current offering. Much better. Open it up. Furniture. No, we're going to the Necromancer's Tower. Whatever, go inside. Num. Just because I want him to get a chance to attack. Entirely unnecessary, but it's done.
Entirely unnecessary.
Oh, dang it. I meant to do
Oh, dang it.
gun.
To
Oh.
do.
Single-handedly defeated all 8 of those skeletons. Hey,
Single-handedly
I mean, you
defeated all 8 of those
single-handedly
skeletons.
defeated
Hey,
all 9
I
of
mean,
those
you
skeletons.
single-handedly defeated all 9 of those skeletons.
I like that.
I like that.
Well, there's a big old pillar of skulls blocking your
Well,
path.
there's a big old pillar of
It's
skulls
bound to be one of
blocking
these
your
in here
path.
somewhere.
It's bound to be
Somewhere,
one of
right?
these in here
Excuse me,
somewhere.
fellas, I need to get
Somewhere,
past
right?
here.
Excuse me, fellas, I need to get
Skulls
past here.
hiss and chitter and giggle at you.
Skulls
So that's a
hiss
no
and
then?
chitter and giggle at you.
Oh,
So that's a
fuck.
no then?
Carefully inspect the pillar of skulls, then grab one near the
Carefully
bottom by
inspect
its
the
eye
pillar of
sockets
skulls, then grab
and yank
one
it out of
near
the
the bottom
pile.
by its eye
The
sockets
entire
and yank it out of
stack
the pile.
collapses
The
like a
entire
grocery store
stack
soup can pyramid in
collapses
the
like a
80s
grocery
sitcom
store soup
scene.
can
This
pyramid
made
in
the
the 80s
skulls
sitcom
scuttle
scene.
slash
This
roll
made
away
the skulls
at the
scuttle
walls.
slash roll away at the walls.
These 2 skeletons have their names written on their foreheads so they won't forget. Actually, wait, maybe they have each other's names.
Maybe they have each other's names.
Whee! God.
God.
You approach the throne and the withered husk sitting on it. Unbelievable. All that killing, all that horror, and this is what's behind it. He tries to speak to you, but all that comes out is
He tries
dust.
to speak to you, but all that comes out is dust.
Shock, you want to do the honors? My pleasure. She racks her shotgun and gives the wretched mummy both barrels. It explodes into dust, which dissipates with a sad whisper. Eat that, you old bastard. That's for Elliot. How's it feel? Better. Much better. So, now what? What do you mean?
So now what?
Well, that's what you came here to do. Are you heading back to
Well,
Boring
that's what you
Springs?
came here to
Oh,
do. Are you
nah.
heading back to
You
Boring
ain't getting rid of me that
Springs?
easily.
Oh,
You're my only
nah.
patient. You're under doctor's orders till we get to wherever you're headed. Glad to hear it, Doc. Come on, let's get out of this nightmare.
Come on, let's get out of this nightmare.
Maybe I should move moonshine today.
Maybe I should move
I guess probably not.
I guess probably not.
I could make some moonshine. Whatever.
I could make some whatever we do.
Hello.
Hello.
I thought you were going to come lunch.
I thought you were going to come lunch.
That's why I messaged you.
That's why I messaged you.
All right. I'll do some boring stuff until you're ready.
Boring stuff until you're ready.
Okay. All right. See you soon.
See you soon.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you too.
You too.
All right.
All right.
I'm confused by that statement.
I'm confused by that statement.
All right. We are not going to. We have the option to give him a crown. We are not going to do that because
we are not going to do that
we're doing the helping people route, and
we're
this is
doing
more
the
fun.
helping people route, and this is more fun.
There's an echo in the audio. Of course, why wouldn't there be?
Of course, why wouldn't there be?
Microphone.
Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello.
Huh? Okay. Should be okay-ish. Guess we'll see. Who the heck are you? I'm Emperor Norton, I'm in charge of this city, and you can't build any train tracks here without my permission. And Emperor, where's your crown then? As it happens, I lost my dang crown. Fool thing didn't fit right anyway, but without it, I can't issue any official permits. And that means no rails for you, unless, of course, you were to give me a new crown, a properly fitting one. We are not going to give him a crown. I don't think I want to give you a crown. Sorry. Well, I guess that just tears it, don't it? So not only do you not get no permit, but also he reaches into his pocket and grabs a handful of powder, which he throws in your face. Your eyes burn. Have a taste of my famous antivirus, sucker. Your vision goes all weird and you pass out. What was that? When you come to, Norton is gone. And so is the train. Uh-oh. Oh no, the antivirus. Where'd the train go? That lunatic stole it. He drove it off somewhere into the desert. Norton's gone off the rails. He points to a set of deep ruts on the side of the railroad tracks. You walk over to investigate, but you can't see it because of the weird hexagon thing your eyes are doing. You should probably get that checked out, boss. That Norton fella said something about an antivirus. Maybe someone around here knows something about that. Well, fortunately, I already know where I need to go. Howdy, Fozzie. Thanks again for helping me get back on the jelly bean. I'll mention it. There's a single yellow jelly bean in this cake with a sign that says Paraguayan murder bee honey jelly bean. Very rare, 6,000 meat. Roy walks over. This jelly bean really costs 6,000 meat? Well, normally it does, but I guess seeing as how you help me with all the bandits and goblins and damn dirty hippies, let's call it 5. 5 meat? Really? Yeah, I reckon. Better buy it in a hurry before I change my mind. Hand it over. I don't feel bad about the depth of the discount. You eat the jelly bean and your vision immediately clears. Modern medicine is really amazing. Let's head back to Frisco. We're going to follow these tracks. You jump onto Luna's saddle and Luna's back and ride like the wind, following the railroad tracks back into the desert. When you finally catch up, you stand up on Luna's saddle and leap off onto the back of the train like a real badass, just barely catching the edge of the roof and pulling yourself up. Here's hoping you won't have to do that again. Your stuntman could have got killed. Looks like Alice decided not to join you on account of not having a stuntman, and you're on your own until you get back to Frisco. Woo. Nah. We'll deal with them later. Alright. This barrel is labeled Pickled Pig Knuckles. Try saying that 5 times fast. This barrel is labeled Hand Fruit. Barrel is labeled Pickled Crackers. That sounds awful. Someone has carefully stacked these crates with the this and up arrows all pointing in different directions. This barrel is labeled Nubs. These guys are so preoccupied with the door to the rear of the car, they don't notice you crawling up behind them. One in the back has a shiny key attached to his belt. Must be the key to the dining car, but because it has dining car stamped on it with big letters big enough to read from here. Grab the key. Now we're going to attack him anyway. Oh wow, these guys are weak as fuck. I never need any of that. I already had the dining car key. Nice flowers. You've never wanted anything more in your life than want to lift up this dome and see what's underneath it. But you're not sure you can muster the amount of culinary expertise it requires to properly reveal a dish of such presumed quality. And voila! Oh, it's just a cream pie. Shaving cream. What kind of lunatics are running the food service on this train? It looks like he got jostled around by some kind of scuffle, but the flowers are still standing. The door between the dining car and the sleeping car is welded shut. What's going on? There's Norton, you've got a clear shot at him from here if you want to throw that pie at him. Throw the cream pie. Kerr says. Interesting. The note says, I've hidden the key to the forward passenger car in my luggage to make it easier for me to murder everyone in the sleeper car. Sincerely, the train murderer. Yes, come to the roof of the sleeper car in like 55 minutes if you want a murdering. He opened the door to the first passenger compartment. The sole occupant is a little boy, about 10 years old, wearing a blue suit and knickerbockers. Hello, sir. Is something wrong? Nothing you need to worry about, kid. I'm on a trail of a bad guy. You mean a murderer, sir? I'm pretty sure there's one on this train, and they don't call me the world's greatest detective for nothing. What's your name, kid? I probably shouldn't say, sir. There might be a copyright thing. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I can handle this. Let me ask you one question, and then you should go lock your door after I'm gone. I understand, sir. What would you like to know? Are you on the roof of the train? Excuse me. The murderer left a note saying he's on the roof of the train. Are you? No, sir. I'm in the passenger compartment. Right. Good. That'll be all. We open the door to the second passenger compartment and look inside. There's a portly man in a dapper gray suit with a tiny, meticulously waxed mustache and not, I'd like to clarify, an enormous bushy one. Excusez-moi, is there some way I may be of assistance, monsieur? Sorry to bother you, but there's a murderer on the loose, and I'm checking the passenger compartment. I believe this is very serious, mon ami. Allow me to proffer to you the use of my little gray cells. I don't know what that means. But no, thank you. Let me just ask you a question. Well, certainly, I am at your service. Are you on the roof of the train? The roof of the train, monsieur? Right now? That's right. No, I'm here, in conversation with you. Given the door of the third passenger compartment, find nobody inside. Since I know from the murderer said he was going to be on the roof of the train, that means he couldn't be in this passenger compartment. And since no one's inside this passenger compartment, go to the compartment noise you only by process of elimination. Yeah, the roof, which means the person around this compartment must be the murderer. Probably. The only clue you find in here is a luggage ticket, though. It has the number 3 on it. The other passenger in this compartment is a middle-aged woman who is writing something in a notebook. She looks at you as you enter and greets you with a friendly northeastern accent. Why, hello, is there something you need, dear? Sorry to bother you, ma'am, and I don't want to alarm you, but there's a murderer on board and I'm investigating. A murderer on a train? My goodness, that'll be a wonderful premise for my next novel. Sure, why not? Anyway, I just need to ask one question. Go right ahead, dear. According to my evidence, the murderer is on the roof of the train. Are you on the roof of the train, or no? No, dear. All right, thank you for your time. Would you like a meat pie? They're homemade. No thanks. You just have to look at this playing card before you go. Goodbye. I'm gonna go kill that guy. I don't need to, but I'm going to. Bang. Murder. You put an end to the train murderer's reign of murder. Rub those pockets, they're empty except for a luggage tag. Turns out tag number was 3. I know. It's very, very not complicated. You finally make it to the passenger car, one car back from the locomotive, which may be confusing if you thought locomotive meant the entire train. So I could just say the engine, except that it also refers to the engine itself. That is, the actual steam engine that makes the train go, and not just the runless car of the train. Anyway, you're in the passenger car. Suddenly, Norton comes through the window. He must have dramatically pointed to the outside of the train and revealed at the last minute that he hadn't actually been defeated. Dang it. He runs into the frontless car of the train and locks the door. What a jerk. Maybe you could get some of the passengers to help break the door down and arrest him. Or maybe you just kick the door down and shoot him until he can't bother anybody anymore. Up to you. This professorial-looking guy is frowning at a sheet of paper, occasionally scribbling on it with a pencil and then erasing what he just wrote. Excuse me, can you help me with something? Sorry, I'm busy, asked my wife. Or my daughter. God knows she could do with something to keep her occupied. What are you working on? It's quite academic. I'm sure you wouldn't understand. Try me. You must know I'm a scholar of foreign antiquities. I'm attempting to resolve this ancient conundrum from the Far East. He shows me a sheet of paper covered with little boxes, some of which has numbers in them. Solve it for him. That's a Sudoku. My little brother thinks they're for babies. What? Look, this box can't be a 3 or a 7 because you've got those there and there. So it has to be a 4, which means it's 5 here and 9 here, and there's a 9. And if that's a 9, then this can't be. So it's a 7, and that one's a 2. Quick and the rest of the puzzle. Well, damn it, what fun is it if you just solve it for me? Sorry, will you help me break the door down with the engine and arrest the Emperor? Well, I guess I've got nothing better to do now. Cool. This woman just ignores you. What a bitch. This guy is totally franticking, which is a word I made up that means ranting in a frantic panic. Everyone else is ignoring him as hard as they can. Talk to him. Hey, buddy, you okay? It's all a lie. We're never going to get you Frisco. Frisco probably doesn't even exist. They've been testing to see how long we can survive with complimentary peanuts and bottled water. And now they're driving us out into the desert, some kind of government kit. They're going to use our organs to fuel an alien flying machine. Whack. What? Oh, sorry. Guess I lost it there for a second. Feeling better? You ready to draw? Well, yes and no. Listen, we're going to get to Frisco. Well, first we're going to bust into the locomotive up front and arrest a crazy guy. I need some volunteers. Okay, I'm in. If I have to sit here doing nothing for much longer, I'll probably flip out again. This overweight man in a 3-piece suit and bowler hat is probably a banker or something. His eyes are closed and his posture is relaxed, but the jaw is clenched, which betrays his aggravation. Hi, excuse me? Yes, what is it? Crazy jerk calling himself Emperor has hijacked the train and any volunteers help me bust down the door and arrest him. I see. And will you help me? No, I'd really rather not. That sounds quite strenuous, perhaps even dangerous. Come on, please? No, I don't think so. I'm quite comfortable here, and I prefer to avoid stress. Pretty please? Again? No, I'm supposed to avoid things, so I might raise my blood pressure again. Pretty please with sugar on top? Sugar is one of those things. Pretty please with gravy on top? Gravy is another. Look, please just leave me alone. Please, 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 no. Please, 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 no. Please, 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 please. Stop that. Please, 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 please. I said no. Stop asking. You're really getting on my nerves. Please, please, please. I'll stop asking you. Say yes. No, damn it. All right. God, fine. I'll help. Just leave me alone. Thanks. This woman is focusing on her knitting and ignoring the general commotion. She must have been knitting the whole trip because the scarf she's made could accommodate a whole marching band. Excuse me, ma'am. Whatever it is, I want no part of it. I keep myself to myself, and I got no desire to get involved. Thank you very much. Come on, this is important. A crazy guy stole the train, and I need help arresting him, or you'll never get to Frisco. I'm sure everything will sort itself out in the end. In the meantime, I have plenty of wool. Ma'am, is that your daughter? Yes, she is. What about her? What would you like her memory of this absurdly long train ride to be? That her mother was a hero who helped stop the bad guy, or that she sat powerlessly, knitting while the men folk did everything? What sort of role model would you prefer to be? That is tantamount to emotional extortion, young man. It's your choice, man. Fine. Man is too busy ignoring his daughter to not ignore you. Little girl is peering out the window of the train, clearly bored out of her mind. Hey there, busy? No, all my toys and friends are in our luggage. It's boring and I hate it. You want me to help you out with something really important? Huh? Like what? Well, a bad guy took over the engine car and I need people to help me break down the door and arrest him. What? Mister, I'm just a little girl. Hey now, that's not a good attitude. Don't let anybody ever tell you can't do anything just because you're a little girl. But, Oh yeah, plus that crook's face in. Wow, that's the spirit. But you gotta pay me in advance. Jeez, you're learning a little too fast. Alright, what do you want? I like stuffed animals. How about a nice little owl? Carnival trash. Maybe you got a whole set of 3. That'd be okay. Alright, fine. I do, in fact. Little girl takes the trio of plush animals and judges them with a critical eye. Not very cuddly, but they're cute, I guess. Okay, mister, you got a deal. Awesome. Then he's flipping through a book entitled Birds of the Western Territory, since most of the places in the desert isn't a very long book. Excuse me, ma'am. Yes? The crazy psycho has Taking him to the train on your car, and I need volunteers to help break down the door and arrest him. Oh my, I certainly won't be of any help. I'm very conflict averse. What if I told you that Hatesburg was determined to outlaw them from the territory after he seizes power? That's very sly, but I know you're only saying that because you saw the book I was reading. Yeah, you got me there. Any other ideas to convince me? Suddenly you hear a tapping at the passenger car window. What the? Russell! You open the window and your pet crow Russell flaps in and perches on your shoulder. Hey buddy, good to see you. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful crow. And he knows you? Oh sure, he and Russell go way back. Right, buddy? Oh, I rescued him from a cat when he was only just out of the nest. I raised him as a pet. I set him free when I left home recently. But what's he doing here? Has he been following you since then? No, he probably just happened to be flying by and spotted me on the roof of the train and recognized me. Crows are crazy smart like that. That's amazing. Oh, what I would give to have an avian friend like that. Well, I'm still going to be doing a lot of traveling after this, I figure, so I can't really drag Russell around with me. But I bet Russell wouldn't mind being pals with a nice lady in Frisco who upset the train. What do you think, Russell? Russell caws again and flaps over to perch next to the lady. He lightly picks up her shoulder in a friendly manner. Oh! My goodness, how could I refuse? It's a pleasure to meet you, Russell. My name's Annabelle. Awesome. I'll let you know when we're ready. Confront Norton. You pound on the door of a locomotive, an engine car, or cab, or whatever. Open up, Norton. No. All right, then. I'm coming in. Oh, yeah? You and what are me, tough guy? Could be I could be getting at these, but I'm going to do this one. You and the passengers break the door down very impressively, though it would have been even better if you had some torches and not old-fashioned rakes. Norton is backed up into the corner of the engineer's compartment next to the engineer, who looks over his shoulder at you and shrugs. So-called Emperor Norton, you're under arrest for the crime of being a total ass. It's not illegal. It is when I'm in town. Everybody grab him, except you, Mr. Engineer. I can see you're busy driving the train. Right. Actually, if you could turn around and head back to Frisco at the next station, that'd be great. No problem. Ugh, ow. Let go. This isn't over. You haven't heard the last of me. Tell it to the judge, Norton. The prison judge. You did it. Thanks, boss. No problem. We got the track laid right up to the station now. The first ever cross-territory railroad, thanks to the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company, and principally you. You did a real good job, Fozzie Cassidy. Aw, shucks. Don't mention it. This was a one-way train, so there's no sense in going in there now. Hello there. Nice day. Oh. All right. You're right past a woman who's running along the desert trail on foot, and although I say running, it's a slow run with an odd loping gait. She's dressed oddly, too. No hat, just a thin strip of fabric tied across her forehead. Light clothing and a strange, soft-looking boots that barely even come up to your ankles. Everything all right? Are you running away from something? Something pretty slow? Like maybe a desert tortoise, or... No, I'm jogging. What? Jogging. I invented it. It's like slow running. Where I'm from, we just walk. It's better exercise if you go faster. Not fast enough to actually get away from anything, though. But full-out running wears you out. That isn't healthy. That isn't as healthy. It's healthier than being eaten by a bear. Look, I'm not being chased by bears. I've never been chased by a bear. Yeah, that's obvious. You're alive and not mangled lumps. This is just about physical fitness. Bears aren't an issue. Okay, you're right. Thank you. There aren't many bears out here in the desert. A pack of coyotes, though, you'd be in real trouble. This is a very frustrating conversation. They'd tear you to shreds, even without those goofy-looking shoes. Hey, I designed these myself. They're not goofy. All right, I apologize. Fine, good. You should probably learn to run for real, though, just in case. Ugh, I'll take you up on that right now. Start to jog away. You're still doing it wrong. I hate you. Goodbye. Alright. Alright, now for the final cutscene. Looks like somebody out on the train got a job as the projectionist. Would you like to watch this movie? It's free, because movies have only recently been invented, and nobody has figured out that they can charge for them yet. No, doing this will not change anything about the world or your character. When the cutscene is over, you're still right here, and you can keep playing if you want. Sure, show me the final cutscene. Some folks say endings don't matter. But other folks, they like to know how things turn out, the consequences of their actions, like. With the trains running again, Frisco thrived. People came from all over to seek their fortunes, but thanks to you, they didn't have to do it while on fire because some cow attacked their wagon. With the railroad completed and Norton ousted, Smee found himself out of a job, but in of an opportunity. After being elected mayor, he managed the growth and infrastructure of Frisco with compassion and pragmatism. In 1944, Frisco was named the most reasonable city by the Tuesday Evening Post. Dissatisfied with the thought of returning to her old life in Boring Springs, Doc Alice opened a free clinic in Frisco and lived out the rest of her days as a practicing doctor. Frisco's loose moral atmosphere and the opening of a mercury mine a ways down the peninsula meant she stayed too busy to worry much most days. The clinic was so important to Frisco's eventual counterculture movement that a popular song was written about it. The refrain was, "You can get rid of anything you want at Alice's clinic." Thanks to you, Gun Manor reopened and delighted tourists for centuries. The residual positive psychic energy created by the ghost you helped leaked into the local water supply. In the decades to come, the businesses that sprang up near the manor are characterized by their environmentally friendly policies and charitable giving. Let's just get it. After she finished getting the bakery boys up and running, Louise moved to Frisco and opened her own shop specializing in artisanal breads and pies. Yay! Good for her. I don't see any pies. Thanks to your assistance, Hobart Buppert got the photography bug, or should we say the photography owl. Anyway, he opened an art gallery so the citizens of Frisco would never again have to suffer from the inability to see pictures of owl skeletons whenever they wanted. Okay then. Kurtz left the fort and set up shop in Frisco. His cult fitness group skyrocketed in popularity. The growth was entirely due to word of mouth, because the first rule of Kurt's Fit is that you cannot stop talking about Kurt's Fit. The cultist you rescued eventually joined a different cult, but the new one is a bit safer than the old one, since it's mostly about annoying people on the streets instead of unearthing ancient evil disruptors. Oh. I think they're supposed to be Hare Krishna. With your help, the professor gained enough knowledge about El Dorado technology to start building his own. He opened a very successful consumer technology store in Frisco, and for decades, people spent all their time staring at little computers in their hands instead of talking to one another. The performers you sent to Dirtwater formed the greatest band in the history of music. The perfect union of percussion, strings, and technology, they immediately secured their place in the cultural history of Loathing. Their songs were innovative, and their stage presence was spectacular, and their liner notes on their albums were extremely clever and interesting. They called themselves the Aristocrats. Buffalo 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 Bill retired from the killing trade and made a killing opening up a restaurant in Frisco. Buffalo 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 Wild 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 Wings. You solved all of Redwood's problems. With the increase in morale and civic resources, they were able to clear the weeds from the road and fix the well and the broken hitching post. There was even enough left over to give the mayor's office a new coat of paint, refresh the facade on the buttery biscuit, and add a second story to the bunkhouse. They even managed to get that horse into rehab. Yay, the horse isn't drunk anymore. Ooh. Olive Garden and Cactus Bill lived happily ever after. A wandering band of goblins found an El Dorado weather machine you unearthed and formed a cult around it. Due to the increased rainfall, both Olive's garden and her marriage were extremely prolific. Good for you, Cactus Bill. Chuck continued to run his blood and breakfast for years, without incident, accident, scandal, or allegation, for many years. Okay. You won 4 of the reenactment scenarios at Fort Memorial. They still talk about it. Remember that Fozzie fella came through here? Yeah, he was really, really good at this game. Do we have any more root beer? All right, then. With your help, Roy Bean's Jelly Bean Museum became the talk of the town. Well, first they had to build a town nearby, but once they did, whoopee! Dirtwater became, relatively speaking, a thriving metropolis. Thanks to your efforts as a commerce ambassador and all-around helpful stranger, the once sleepy town became a shining oasis in a barren land. Every man, woman, and child in the town knew your name. They even put up a little plaque with your name on it in your old room at the Jewel. As for you, after your adventure, you settled in Frisco and bought a very long, very narrow house. You filled it with souvenirs of your exploits and started an antique hat rack collection. When you left home, you told Rufus you wanted to help people. Over the course of your adventure, you helped 78 people. You weren't whistling Dixie with your intention when you declared your intentions. If you had been Catholic, that definitely would have sainted you if you had asked. But you wouldn't have asked because you wouldn't want to be any trouble. Five. Turnip crown. Golden tooth crown. El vibrato crown. Yeast covered hat. I forget what that was called. And my spittoon hat. I got all the important hats. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got unlimited bones from the bone tower. So just in my apartment. That's right. In 1906, all of the remaining cows in the West were simultaneously activated by some kind of signal from hell. They thundered east, forming a gigantic single-minded herd, led by the infernal sadist Duke Bovicus. The cow army thundered east toward Dirtwater. Fortunately, a gang of rodeo clowns swept in at the last minute and slaughtered the herd just before it reached Dirtwater. Unfortunately, all the town folk in Dirtwater had a hard time sleeping for pretty much the rest of their lives. Seriously, it was a grisly sight. Thanks to your cleverness, the world was not destroyed 420 years later. On the contrary, it remains undestroyed for millennia. Future generations don't know that they should thank you, but they definitely should. Thank you for playing. Yes. I want to check one thing before I call that the end of this. Okay, so that's what I have to do. Alright. I'll do that and then fix it later. Oh no. Alright. Shoot. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Well, at least I spent my last sort of day as the strongest I could get. Because now I'm going to go to lose everything. Food. Yes. Yes. Use. Horrifying. Yes, I go to sleep again. All right. There we go. Now I'm interrupted. Which is nice. There's no whole lot to talk about yourself on those rides. If you've seen one cloud, it looks like kind of like a duck. You've seen all of them. It would be a good opportunity to exercise strength this body, but you don't have any dumbbells. Try to straighten a spare horseshoe. Doesn't work, but it's credible. Let's grab it. Local meat extract. So you can't find any on the trail, you turn off and let the horse rest a bit. Campfire's owner offers you a cup of coffee and suggests a round or two of poker locals. Tell him his eyes are plenty cheap, but still ringing, so it's probably fine. When he gets really angry when his 4 aces all spades, they're beaten by your 5 kings, all hearts. He grabs the coffee pot and stomps away, leaving you with an unusually thick deck of cards. Just remembered I could go cheat at poker. I'm gonna do that real quick. Sitting down at the poker table, the dealer emerges from somewhere in the back, sits down next to you. Ante is 28. Where's here? 22. Oh, there's the strategies. Yeah. What are the strategies? Cheat. Clever ways. Cheat. Oh, I got caught cheating. It's crazy. I think I've already seen it before. I really this. Let's kill a ghost. Some kind of crazy skeleton charges after you from behind a rocky outcropping. She's crazier than most animated human skeletons. You see she's got a buffalo skull for a head, and you aren't aware that there haven't been any buffalo-headed people living in this area, historically. Hey, wow, how are you even standing a buffalo skull about 10 times the weight of a human skull on average? You're carrying 25 pounds up there, you neck muscles, or any kind of muscles at all. There's no way a vertebrate could handle that sort of strength for very long, especially if you're going to go treading around like that. In fact, suddenly there's a red crack and the skull falls right off. See, that's what I'm talking about. Ugh. There we go. Something tells you ringing this cowbell with your infernal mallet would be a very bad idea, but something else tells you it would be a very good idea. A third thing reminds you could just ring it normally. You want the mallet. Who dares summon Duke Bovicus, and why can't Duke Bovicus move? Not cool at all. What are you? I'm Duke Bovicus. What are you? Fozzie Cassidy. Duke Bovicus hates you, Fozzie Cassidy. Release me. No. Duke Bovicus is getting very angry. I got my purity of glands because I didn't touch myself in my sleep. Yay. Full barley 103 spelt. Oh, stretch. Okay. 2 lungs, 1 stretch, 3 fire, 1 stretch. 2 lungs. It was great. Makes you feel amazing. Everything goes perfect. Stretch 1 more time. Yay! Lost cow eruption. Yay! Alright. So let's go watch the ending cutscene again, because well, we're just gonna get to the cows come home part real quick. Final cutscene. Yep. I really tried. What was ousted? Show him a thing. Gunmanner. Yay. Yep. Perfect band. Buffalo Wild Wings. Solve all problems. Got all kids. Bed and breakfast. Yay. Alright. We got the owl skeleton picture. We got a Genrec thing. We got our own arcane stove. We got unlimited grain. Alright. In 1906, all the remaining cows were left suddenly activated by some kind of signal from hell. They thundered east, forming a gigantic, single-minded herd. Fortunately, since she somehow managed to trap Duke Bobicus on this side of the ground and cleanse yourself with a bovine blood taint, the army of cows had nobody to lead them. They thundered east in a chaotic mass. Yeah. Disorganized herd never made it to a human settlement. There we go. The even slightly bester ending. All right. Well, I think that pretty much ends it for this. I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to start uploading this stream, and then I'll start another stream for God of War, which will probably not get put up on the VOD channel, because I will. Well, I don't know. I don't think it'll actually affect me if. Screw it. I'm gonna upload it in. I'll upload it anyway. I'm gonna upload this one, and then I'll just upload them anyway. And then if there's an issue, I'll deal with it then. We're gonna end the stream. We're gonna end the stream here, and I'll be back quite shortly.